So today we're going to talk about Generation A, and this is our series of webinars, which is called Born to be Digital. Meet Generation A. So we're going to find out what these Generation A kids like and how to approach them. What do we need to know about them, about their peculiarities, their characteristics, their unique features, and actually we'll find out about the tools which will help us to be on the same wavelength with these unusual kids. Yeah. Okay. So now, before we get down to Generation A, I think that I can actually first of all, we need to talk about a little bit about generation theory, right? As you know, so I'm not going to dive deep very into this very topic, but due to these two American authors, Neil Hope and William Strauss, due to their collaboration, was created a popular generation theory, right? So they created it in 1991, and according to them, yeah, so there are different generations of people, yeah, with different traits of character, different behavior, depending on certain political circumstances, social circumstances, and other stuff. So now, I will show you 6 different types of generations, and you can see different timelines also there, yeah, time slots. Have a look, please, and choose your number. Yeah, so where do you go, yeah, between these generations? So these are the year between which you were born, yeah? So I can see 4, 5. Okay, there are so many of you here, 3, 4, 2. Okay, good. So I think that, yeah, almost, yeah, all of generations are present today. Okay, lots of fours. Okay, thank you very much. So, well, actually, my number is also number 4. Yeah, so I think that okay, is it only, yeah, I'm sorry, I will now, I think that we don't need the Facebook button. Yeah, so thank you for this comment. Yeah, so which generation are you? Yeah, Elizaveta, thank you very much for your comment. Yeah, so I think that we are done with our Facebook page. So 4. I'm number 4, lots of 4s, and I also noticed that there are 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, so almost all generations are present here. And now I will just give you a very short characteristic about each of these generations. Yeah, and you will try to actually think about you and compare where it's true about you or not. If you want to dive deeper, of course, you may find the resources and learn more about the theory of generations. So the very first generation, yeah, the people who were born between this period of time, and this generation is called the silent generation. And the very bright representative of this generation is John Lennon, yeah, who was born between these years. So why is it called the silent generation? Because people of those years, yeah, they were afraid, yeah, afraid of actually sharing their thoughts, their beliefs, and people were meant to be seen, yeah, but not actually talk. Yeah, so that's why people actually kept silent. Yeah, but like creative people, yeah, like John Lennon, so they actually were able to share their beliefs and thoughts in their songs. Yeah, the other people, they were afraid to speak, yeah, due to the the circumstances of those years. Okay, so and the people of that generation, they are also considered to be hardworking, loyal, yeah, and they value traditions. Yeah, so these are probably, we can think about our great parents. Probably you can think about them, yeah, and compare actually these characteristics to their lives. The second generation, baby boomers, and I also saw Elizaveta writes so true. I also saw today about you that there are baby boomers, and I will show now the representative of this category here, Pani Alam. Yeah, it's nice to have you with us here from this generation. So George Clooney and Pani Alam, yeah, so you are the right representatives of this generation. Baby boomers, so these people are characterized as workaholics, as well-disciplined, and also people who are great mentors. So now you can actually think about you and compare these characteristics to yourself. Well, my mom is actually a baby boomer, so I can say that definitely she's a workaholic, and no doubt about that, and she's well-disciplined. That's true. So I think that that is true about her. Okay, moving forward, Generation X. Yeah, comes the next generation, and here another actress here is Kate Winslet. So these people are considered to be best workers ever. They actually are also work-life balance supporters, and they're also flexible and informal. So if there are those of you who belong to this very generation, to Generation X, you can put a plus or a minus if you think it's true or not about you. Okay, and we are moving forward. Anna puts a plus. Yeah, so this is true. Thank you. And we're moving forward. I think that this is the most popular category, the most popular generation, because I saw lots of polls in the chat box. Generation Y. So, and that also I belong to this generation as well. Now I will show you the photo of my favorite actor. And I would like you to guess his name. So what's his name? What's his surname? Who will be the first one? Please share in the chat box. Who can guess the name of this author? Let's wait for you to write. And Yelizaveta, thank you very much. Yeah, this is Ryan Gosling. Yeah, one of my favorite actor, and my favorite movie with him is The Notebook. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for your smiles. I can see that you also love this actor. So these people are considered to be free thinkers. Well, and I put a great plus, close to this characteristic. They are also considered passionate for learning. And I think all those of you who have registered for today's webinar, it's only the beginning of the week. So I think that all of you, absolutely all generations, yeah, who are here today. So all of you, it's me, Svetlana. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's me too, actually. Lilia also puts a plus. Yeah, passionate for learning. And also these people, they are open to change. What do you think? Yeah, are you open to change? Aren't you afraid to embrace changes? Anna writes, it's about my daughter. Yeah, so as you can see, yeah, so such characteristics, and you can, yeah, I can see lots of pluses. That's great. That's great that you agree, because these characteristics, they are positive, they are good characteristics, and they are nice, and that's great that we have them. Okay, let's move forward. The next generation, and we're closely approaching to Generation A. So Generation Z comes before Generation A, and here the representative is Camila Cabello. I'm sure that you know the singer, yeah, so Latin singer, and her favorite, not favorite, famous, one of her famous songs is Señorita. I'm sure that you know this song, a very popular one. So this generation is considered to be particularly ambitious, natural entrepreneurs, and strong in multitasking. Well, so if there are representatives, and I saw that there are representatives of Generation 5, you can put a plus or a minus in the chat box. So maybe one of the characteristics are true, maybe not. So you can actually share. I can see pluses. Anna writes, C, strong in multitasking. Natalia, my daughter and son are, C is true, strong in multitasking. You know, for me, it's actually rather difficult to cope with like several tasks. So I feel much calmer, you know, and more confident when I have not so many tasks. Yeah, because I love feeling when so I have, for example, 3, so I have done 1, and I know that there are 2 more. But if I know that there are 5, 6, or 10 more, it brings stress to my life. So I would probably say that I'm not very good at multitasking. Julia writes, true about my elder son. Okay, thank you for your comments. Okay. Pani Elizaveta writes, all this was mentioned in Focus 2 in the reading unit. 1, are you by any chance a co-author? No, I'm not the co-author. Well, I created this webinar on my own. So I love Focus very much. But I haven't seen this page. I need to have a look. Okay, good. Now we are moving forward. I don't like multitasking too, Alina writes. Yeah. Okay, good. Now Generation A comes, and I will show now you another photo. This is Anastasia Radzinskaya, and if you know this very popular channel among Generation A kids, which is called Like Nastya, put a plus in the chat box. So this is like my favorite, one of my favorite YouTube channels of my 5-year-old daughter. Yeah, so for those who don't know this girl and her channel, so in her videos, Nastya with her father and her mom, so they travel all around the world, visit different attractions, go shopping, play games, and their videos are very colorful. Yeah, so and they are very nice to watch. Yeah, so and this is actually one of the representative of Generation A. My son loves her, writes Luba. Okay, yeah, so my daughter loves her too. And now, can you please write in the chat box, so what do we call this generation? Generation A, what does A stand for? Can you please write in the chat box? A stands for digital. Yes, thank you, Svetlana. Yeah, for alpha. Yeah, thank you, Eva. Thank you, Eva. So A stands for alpha. Yeah, so but they are definitely digital. Yeah, so we will talk about this a little bit later. Why alpha? You know, so this generation. Well, they are the new representatives of the 21st century. So that's why those who create names for different generation, they decided to choose alpha from the Greek alphabet. Yeah, so and alpha, this is the very first letter in the Greek alphabet. Like the first person who was born in the 21st century. Yeah, so these are Generation Alpha kids. Okay, so Generation A, Generation Alpha, what are they like? So first of all, as we have mentioned, these are the kids who were born starting with year 2010. So, and of course they're digital, as one of you has already mentioned, but they also love, well, 3 particular things which I have distinguished during my research about them. And today we will try to find out which characteristics, yes, or which things they love, and how we as teachers can approach them to not substitute, but to satisfy their needs. Okay, so the very first feature of these kids, yeah, the very first characteristic, they are creators of their own something. Can you please try to guess? So what do they create? And this word starts with letter C. They are the creators of their what? What do you think? They're something. Can you just write any suggestions, any ideas? Character. I love this one. Yeah, so they are the creators of their character, crafts, and contest. Thoughts, yeah, but thoughts don't start with C. Circle, Tatiana thinks. Okay. I loved character now most of all. Channels, very nice. Thank you very much, Oksana. Yeah, they are the creators of their own channels. Yeah, also true. Community, very nice. You know, I love your predictions very much. Okay, cooperative. Culture, Alina, very nice. And here comes Oksana Karachun, content. Yeah, and this is the correct Insta stories. Natalia writes career, future career. Yeah, I'm actually I fully agree with career, with character, with culture. Yeah, because I think that content is like a more general characteristic, so it does include all of those words which you have mentioned. So they are the creators of their content. What do we mean when we say content? Yeah, so as you have mentioned, they love making their own channels. So, and of course, they need to create some kind of content for them. So they, they do enjoy, well, just sharing their ordinary life with each other in the internet and using YouTube as their channel. So YouTube, this is their second teacher actually. And I also read the statistics for Generation Alpha. And if we choose, for example, a professional film or cartoon done by a professional filmmaker, and then we choose, for example, a YouTube vlog done by just a peer, yeah, by their peers, yeah. So this generation A, they would prefer to watch a YouTube vlog developed and done by their peers. Why? Because this is the feeling which makes them feel belonging to one and the same community, that they are, they're sharing their life with each other. So they are taking a picture, taking a video, and they want to immediately share with this video with the world. And this makes them feel united. And now when we think in terms of teachers, bearing this peculiarity of them in mind, we need to think about some special instruments to give them to be able to develop this very content. Even with video, with English lessons, we will see how we can develop this skill. Yeah, so it's creativity, yeah, and developing their own content. Okay, thank you very much. So creators of their own content. Yeah, so this is characteristic number one for Generation A. Let's move forward. They need something to be engaged and to be motivated. What do they need? Can you please guess? And Milena, challenges, and I can also see that it was also who? It was also another one, yeah, who wrote challenges and changes. Yeah, I think the changes that also can actually fill in here. Yeah, but I chose here challenges. Yeah, they do need challenges. And when I say challenges, when I mean not some difficult tasks, yeah, but some challenging and actually mentally engaging exercises, which will help them to be motivated and to be into the lesson. Okay, and so these challenges, they are in every video, I would say. My 5-year-old daughter, yeah, so she loves these challenges, and she wants me to practice this challenge, to practice this challenge with her. It was like once we came back from the kindergarten, and she told me, Mama, I have a challenge for you. And then I asked her, what is it? And then she told me, let's go to the shower in our clothes. Yeah, so something like this, something which adds a little bit more of positive emotions, yeah, to our life. So this is what this kid's about. And today we will also see how we can add challenges to our English lessons, yeah, with the help of some necessary tools. Okay, and one more characteristics of Generation A. So what kind of learners are they? So they need some tools to create their own content. They're very creative. They need challenging tasks, And what kind of learners are they? So visual, video, Yulia. Yeah, so they are visual learners. Yeah, but here I wanted to pay attention to this word video. And as I have already mentioned, so video or YouTube, actually this is their second teacher. You know, they learn a lot of information through video and then share with each other. And it's faster. Sometimes it's very fast. You know, even me, I have lots of apps in my phone now, and these video lessons, yeah, they are very short, like up to 1 minute, and then 3 or 5 questions. But I can learn very fast with the help of those videos. So video learners, they love to create their own video, they love to watch it, and they love to learn from it. So here, you know, we talk about using videos in our English lessons. Yes, so of course with some engaging tasks for them. Okay, so now when we know what Generation A kids love, let's get started and let's actually get acquainted with our new resource, new resource Team Together, which was particularly developed for Generation A kids, including all their peculiarities. And let's get down and meet the characters. Yeah, let's meet the characters of this book. Yeah, so today we will be working with Team Together 1, which I would recommend for year 2. Yeah, so starter for year 1 and this one for year 2 kids. So let's get acquainted with the characters from this book. So one of the main characters in this very course, this is the dog. Yeah, so animals, kids love animals. So, and his name starts with letter E. Can you guess his name? What's the name of this dog in the Team Together course? Einstein. Елизавета, so either you have been watching our previous webinars or you are already working with Team Together. Pani Luba writes Eddie. And Elizaveta writes, I have looked through the book. Okay, I can now see. So no mystery, yeah, so no engagement, yeah, so now you can see that, yeah, his name is Einstein, a very clever dog, and he's got a friend, yeah, a cat, his name is Atomic, and they've got a very clever and smart owner, Marie Newton, and together with their friends, with Sam, with Ben, with Lucy, they're traveling around the Team Together course and actually try to engage Generation A kids, yeah, and help them to learn English. So it's always very nice, you know, when the characters of the book, they become alive, yeah, so in some videos. And in Team Together we have several types of videos, and the first one, this is the animated video with these very characters. So every story lesson in Team Together has got this very video. Now let's get acquainted a little bit closer with the characters. I will show you just a piece of this video. And in every video, actually, there usually something goes on, so somebody starts the mess. So here, my question to you, dear colleagues, would be this. Who starts the mess in this video? Let's watch it, and then you will share with me in the chat box. So, Team Together, animated video. Let's watch it.
The computer.
These are my books, and this is Atomic, my cat. Cool. This is my desk. This is my pen, and these are my pencils.
What's this?
It's my new project. It's a computer, I think.
Einstein, stop!
Oh no!
Your books, what a mess. Let's tidy up.
Where's
Okay, so can you please write in the chat box, dear colleagues, so who starts the mess in the video? Who does it? Who starts the mess? Okay, I can see the dog, the cat. Yeah, so somebody thinks it's atomic, somebody thinks it's Einstein. Well, I can say that actually they are both. Yeah, they're trying. So the dog starts barking. Yeah, then atomic reacts. Yeah, in unusual reaction. So they are both involved into this mess. So I think that a dog and as a cat as well. So these two answers are correct. So usually in every video, yes, something like this is going on. And for us, well, this is like, okay, so this is a mess. But for kids, usually this is the most interesting part of the video, and it makes them laugh. Yeah, so really laughing and having fun and enjoying the video. Okay, good. So both, yeah, the cat and the dog actually are involved into the process of starting the mess. And as I have mentioned, this video comes from the story lesson. So we have already had a separate webinar where we talked about how to work in with stories with Team Together. So, and as you can see, we've got here lots of language, yeah, so grammar and vocab. So, and you know, it's a separate story, how to work with stories. But what I also love about Team Together, that for every story, we have this wonderful story cards. Yeah, so because I know that I just can't imagine my lessons without flashcards. Yeah, so when I talk about working with primary and when I work with stories, so story cards, it's like a treasure for me because, you know, we can organize a variety of activities with the help of these story cards. For every single episode, we have A4 format story cards. Yeah, and they look like this. Yeah, so from one side, you have one episode of the story, and then on the other side, there are tips for the teacher. For example, pre, while, after listening. So what questions to ask, when to praise, when to use language one, and so on. So it's very comfortable because you're showing your story cards to your kids, you're playing with them, and then you don't even need to prepare. Everything is written for you on the opposite side. So now we remember that for Generation A kids, it's important to give them tools to develop their own content. So how can we develop it with the story lessons? So one of my favorite and very easy tasks, which I often practice, it's to give my students just a blank story card, yeah, and to ask them to finish the story in their own way. So they can draw, yeah, they can write some phrases if they know already how to write. And you know, this is a very nice tool to let students create their own story, their own ending, and then they can share this story with the whole class. Then you can vote for the best ending of the story, like the alternative ending for it. And so here we have almost in every lesson in Team Together, we have such tasks with this like a splash sign, paint splash sign. And these exercises, they are also developed at they are also aimed at developing students' creativity. For example, here, yeah, the story is called The Computer. So what is recommended for the students is to design their own computer. Now, with you, dear teacher, so if I ask you to think here, if you were able to add one unique function to the computer, what would it be? What would make your life easier? Yeah, so if you were to design your own computer, what function would you add to make your life easier? I will now share my dear Galina writes teleporting. Okay, Natalia, it's a kind of project. Yeah, definitely. So after this story, you know, so it's a kind of mini project here where the children can share their ideas. Phone SIM card. Okay, so you know, my idea, I would like go deeper, yeah, and I tried to be even more creative. So I would be really happy if my computer has a button like this, a cook button, because very, very often I think that cooking takes so much of my time. So I don't really like cooking, but I understand that it's necessary for me to survive. So I would add this very function. And I think that I would have much time, for other opportunities like desire to learn. Yes, so to learn something new. Okay, so now I'm sure that young learners, they would come even with more smarter ideas. Oksana writes cleaning. Yeah, so it's somewhere very close to cooking, because I think that cooking and cleaning, yeah, it takes so much time sometimes that, yeah, and I don't always feel motivated to do those things. So this is a wonderful actual option, yeah, to design. So such tasks in team together are on a constant basis. For example, designing your computer or making a time capsule, what's inside of it. So this is another story where kids watch another video about a time capsule and then they develop their own one. So drawing a map of an island, yeah, what can you see there? Or another very interesting task, which I really love, making a new verse for the song or a new verse for the chant. I'm really into singing. I love singing myself, and I love singing together with my students. So, and this is a very nice tool to develop this creativity, especially when we talk about language. Yeah, so to let our students create their own chants, poems, songs, and let's see how is it organized in team together. So now we will listen with you to a song which is called, to a chant. Sorry, this is a chant. I've got a new pet, right? So, and your task is actually to listen to the song. There will be some descriptions of a pet and to guess which pet of these that you can see on the slide is being described. Is it a cat? Is it a hamster, or is it a dog? So let's listen to this chant, and then you will type in the chat box which pet is being described. Okay, let me find it. Here it is.
I've got a new pet, can you guess what it is? I've got a new pet, now guess what it is? It's got brown fur and it's got a long tail. It's got 4 legs and it's got big teeth. What is it? What is it? Can you guess?
It's a dog.
Okay, so can you please type in the chat box which animal do you think was described? I can see a hamster, a dog. The majority of you think it's a dog. Yeah, so the dog was described in this very chant. It's a dog. Yeah, and then, yeah, you're absolutely correct. Thank you very much. And now you can see actually these are the words from the chant. It's got brown fur, long tail, 4 legs, big teeth, and it's a dog. So how can we teach our students to create their own chants or their own songs? So here, for example, let's imagine that you need to characterize a tortoise. So what I would do with my students, I would take the same lyrics here from the song or the chant that we have been practicing and ask them to think about the possible words or even phrases to characterize a tortoise. Yeah, so we have already learned, yeah, on the previous lessons, we have learned this vocabulary. So it's easy for them just to, to fill in these gaps, yeah, to fill in these gaps. So now let's try it with you. Can you think of some words or maybe even short phrases to describe a tortoise which would fill into this chant? Strong shell, thank you, Oksana. So it's got a strong shell and it's got a short something. What else? Yeah, so I think that your students, though, they will be able also to catch this rhythm. Small legs, very nice. short tail, small head. So here comes an adjective and a noun. Yeah, so something that there also can be a color. Yeah, for instance, short neck, long neck. Yeah, so it depends how you actually see this tortoise, whether it has a long neck or a short neck. Yeah, good. Small head. Very nice. Now I will show you the original lyrics. Yeah, from the Team Together. It's got 4 legs, a small head, a short tail, and a shell. Yeah, so a shell without any adjectives, but you used a strong shell. Yeah, why not? So a wet nose. Oh, thank you, Alina. Own house, Natalia. Very creative. Yeah, thank you very much. So something, which is very simple, but something which teaches our students to work with language in such a creative way. And for every song and for every chant in Team Together, we have a karaoke version. So your students, you can, for example, organize them into some teams or groups, so they then can present their own song, their own lyrics, yeah, for the chant or for the song. So, and in such a way, we give them these tools, yeah, to create their own content here in terms of language, yeah, in terms of songs and chants. So these tasks in Team Together with this paint splash sign. So as I have mentioned, they are dedicated at developing students' creativity, creative skills. So what else do we have? Another sign, this light bulb, and it comes actually in Team Together with the very first page of the lesson here of this very unit. And this is the task which actually is dedicated to develop students' critical thinking. Yeah, so in these tasks, with the help of these short questions, we can ask our students how much they know already, what they know, what have they learned before we teach them something. And it's really important, to make our students aware of how much they know, because they are only 7 or they're only 8, and sometimes they think that they don't know lots of things. Because, recently I asked my 13-year-old student, "What are you good at? Just share with me." And he looked at me and then just said nothing. And then I asked, "Nothing? What do you mean nothing?" So nothing. And I just tried to ask him question by question and make him just trying to make him aware that he's good at drawing, that I love his pictures so much, that he can name so many words in English, for instance, according to our topic, and so on. So this very page in Team Together, this approach is called inquiry-based approach, when we develop students' natural curiosity, right? So they look at this picture and they love actually describing it. So, and here it's absolutely fine when you say that students can use language 1, right? For example, how many classroom objects can you see? So they can use language 1, Ukrainian. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. And this is the stage when for the teacher it's very important to praise every single student for naming, for example, even one object. Yeah, for if they know eraser in Ukrainian. So this is a huge accomplishment. And it's necessary to say, "Good point, yeah, for example, Vova," right? So eraser, sterachka, that's great that you know this word. And this is, the stage when we develop students' self-esteem, because they understand their achievements at this very stage. For example, in other units, we have the topic weather. Yes, so what weather words do you know before we teach them weather words? Or how many actions can you see looking at this picture before we teach them some actions? So this section is just like show what you know before I teach you something. And you know a lot. Yeah, so this is like the message of the teacher. So these tasks, again, yeah, so they develop students' curiosity, right? And here, again, with this very page, we have these challenging tasks, right? So something which Generation A love, so they do love challenges. So let's now try it with you. How many balls can you see in this picture? And I will give you only 5 seconds to count. I will now show you the picture. You have 5 seconds. Please count the number of balls and write in the chat box. How many balls can you see? Okay, and I will now stop it. Yeah, absolutely fine. Absolutely right. Yeah, so 5 balls. Yeah, now you can see there are 5 balls in this picture. So, and this is the way we add this very challenge here to the lesson. How many balls can you see? Oh, what color is the kite? What color is the teddy? And when you divide your classroom into teams, for example, and you set the timer, so you add this very challenge, yeah, because everyone wants to be the first, yeah, so this is like their natural competitive spirit. So, and together with the resource, we've got a wonderful presentation tool. There is another webinar on this. So, and with the help of this presentation tool, you have lots of widgets for the teacher, which you can project to the screen, and your students can see this time, yeah, so the timer, the stopwatch, so you can use it. And all the tasks, yeah, so pictures, videos, audio, so they become interactive. And with the help of the presentation tool, which is absolutely free for the teacher, yeah, so you can project it and use it, yeah, in order to balance this time between working with the book and working with the board. And even if you work online, I think that this presentation tool becomes just indispensable, yeah, because everything is interactive, so you can work with it. So again, about presentation tool, this is another webinar. Yes, so you can also ask questions there. I will tell you more, but this is another topic. But with Team Together, you know, it comes here together with the teaching book code. So everything, additional resources, videos, so everything becomes interactive. The plan for the teacher, ready-made warmers, so everything is there for you, which just shortens your time for preparation. Now, so you remember, yeah, that we have mentioned that video learners, this is not the end yet, yeah, so one more important thing, so video learners, yeah, Generation A are video learners, so another type of video in Team Together, this is culture video, and I will now, so a documentary video, so all the videos, so they are developed together with BBC. So now I'm not going to set you any hard tasks, so my question to you is just this: watch the video and try to concentrate on your emotions. How does this video makes you feel when you watch it? So now I will play another type of video for you. Here it is. Here is the video.
Can you guess what this is? That's right. It's a hamster. It's small. It's got 4 legs and brown fur. Many British families love animals, like this rabbit. It's got black fur and big ears. Look at this rabbit. It's got lunch. And many British families love cats. This cat has got grey fur and a long tail. And this is a pony. It's got 4 legs. It's got a long tail too. What's this? It's got no legs and no fur. It's a goldfish.
Okay, okay, guys. So, what were your emotions when you were watching this video? Also, me, right? Who writes it? Okay. Uh-huh. Let me just see. Love. I feel safe and cozy. Just 1 minute because not very. Let me read it. I feel safe and cozy, just what our small pupils need. Yeah, cute. Okay. Curiosity, very nice. Kindness, lovable. Cute, charming animals. Joy. Amusement, happiness. I was touched while watching. Yeah, very nice. Only positive emotions. Yeah, and this is what I always do when I work with videos or with pictures. I try to make my students aware how they are feeling. Yeah, so to concentrate on their feelings, and this is the way we develop our students' emotional intelligence. Something that well, some of them are just, they are not used to develop. So this is another type of video. Yeah, the first is animated. The other one is cultural video. So in this very video, it was like, what's this? It's air, and every time I watch it, I want to get a new pet. Yeah, so they are very, very nice. And I remember one of the teachers mentioned the name of the emotion, mimishist. Yeah, okay. I don't like hamsters and cats, but the other animals are lovely. Yeah, so we are all different. Yeah, so and these videos, they come with culture lessons. Yeah, so different culture lessons with different very engaging topics for young learners. We have mentioned with you the peculiarities of Generation A. We have looked through the tools which Team Together offers for developing those features. And now, do you remember? Let's just quickly sum it up. So Generation A, they are creators of their own content. They are video learners. And what do they like? Do you remember the third component? The third characteristic, changes, not exactly challenges, Galina. Thank you very much. Yeah, so they love challenges. So I demonstrated for you just, just a bit of challenges, but of course there are lots of more together with Team Together and presentation tool, which come together with the course. And do you remember the name of this dog? Who remembers the name of the dog in Team Together resource? Einstein, Svetlana was the first one. Very nice.